So you'd like to get into your first home, you're wondering how to go about it, how do you come up with a deposit, and how do you come up with the funds that are needed to be able to do that? Well, I'd like to give you a few tips here today that might be a help to you as you make that big step. So you think about the first home, fortunately the government has been doing things along the way to try and help people get into that first home and also stimulate markets and help things out along the way. So at the moment here in New South Wales, we have the First Homeowners Grant New Homes that provides $15,000 as a leg up to getting into that first home. There certainly are a number of requirements that you must meet, but basically it is that you haven't done it before. And of course, that's the whole idea. We're talking about the First Homeowners Grant. In addition to the $15,000, they'll also pay your stamp duty. So we are talking, into the 20,000 plus range in terms of help getting into that first home. Does need to be a new home, so that means that you'll be looking at something that's either been built, nobody's lived in it before, or it's something that you have built. Fortunately as well, with the economy needing a bit of a boost, that means that a lot of builders are quite hungry to try and get people into homes. And so you will find that there's some pretty good deals out there that builders are offering along the way to help you with that first home purchase. You may be aware that you can borrow up to 95% of the purchase price to get into that new home. As you think about the 95%, it is 95% of the valuation. Now, there are some lenders right now that are saying that they will allow the contract price to be the valuation for the property for the purpose of lending, but oftentimes a lender will require an independent valuer to actually go in there and say, what would this be worth if it was sold on the market today? And naturally, as you look at a new home, it wouldn't be unusual for that to be less than what your contract says. In that it's just like a new car. You buy the new car, you pay the sticker price, and you drive it out of the lot, and you ask somebody, well, what is this worth if I was to sell it today? And they're going to come up with something that's less than what you just paid for it. It's now used. But nonetheless, usually you can get something pretty close, given that you've got a reasonable deal with regard to the purchase. Now, as you borrow 95%, that doesn't mean that you only have to come up with 5% of the purchase price for cash for your deposit. The reason for that is that the loan being 95% of the purchase price, well, that covers the purchase price, but there's some additional costs that will go on top of that. Now, fortunately, if you're a first home buyer, you've got the stamp duty covered, so that's a huge cost that you don't have to pay. But you'll still have some solicitor fees and other fees that have to be paid to various ones. And then, of course, on top of that, the big thing that you're going to have to come up with if you are looking at a 95% lend is what's called lender's mortgage insurance. Now, lender's mortgage insurance is something that protects the bank should they have a problem with you making your payments and they get left out in the lurch. Lender's mortgage insurance protects them. Doesn't protect you, but you get to pay for it. So isn't that a great deal? But if that helps you to get into that first home, that can be really well worthwhile to be able to do that. And that's certainly something we can work with you on, as to weighing that up as to do you wait longer when the prices go up and avoid paying lender's mortgage insurance, or do you pay it now and get in there, lock in the price, you have your home, and you can move on from there. So those are all helpful sort of things to know. As you think about the lender's mortgage insurance, it is something that generally can be capitalized into the loan. So what that is to say is that they say, okay, we'll give you 95% lend, and so that's 90% of the purchase price, but then they say, well, with that 95% lend, there's X number of dollars mortgage insurance to pay. Generally, you can add that onto the amount of the loan, but they will still have a maximum total lend that they will go to, and it might be something like 97%. Again, we can help you with that with regard to evaluating different lenders and what their policies are, and work out just what is that special price point for you where you can get in there and meet those objectives. Here at Grace Financial Services, we can help you both with the financial planning to think about what's the best approach to take and how are you going to achieve your goals. And we can also help you with the loans. As we are mortgage brokers, we have access to major banks and lenders, and we can evaluate them to work out what's going to be best for you. So give us a call today. The phone number is 02-4905-0250, and we'll be glad to help you out as you seek to achieve your goals.